overestimate their readiness to pitch to investors, and that you besides the road mapping, and I love that word because it just really does help picture the process, doesn't it? Because yes, you want the big picture and the vision and the strategy, but how do I actually get there? But that there's this core component of investor readiness. So what are some of the things that you're seeing that startups are not doing well to be ready for investors?
Yeah, that's a good question, and there are a few key things. I remember one of the first startups I worked with in this area, and where I really began to realize that there's something here. I requested some documents, some financial kind of cash flow forecasts and things like that, and also reports, the accounting kind of, reports and stuff. And it took 6 months to get firstly, and then when I got them, the figures weren't that it wasn't done properly. So for example, you're in the midst of raising a round, right, where investors need to see your numbers, but you're raising without your numbers firstly, and then when you do come with your numbers, they're not correct. How is somebody meant to make a decision about placing their actual hard-earned cash with you when they can't see your numbers and they can't do the maths? Do you know what I mean? Things like that. I was like, guys, or with this particular founder as well, I was like, it's not going to work. You have to put yourself in their shoes, in just a very basic way first, and then go from there. So, and other things is around kind of looking at the market, benchmarking what ROIs are looking like within your market and within your industry, and seeing whether you can meet that. Because at the end of the day, you're not the only person that is raising capital, and for investors that are just looking to make sure that they have a return, within, X amount of years, you want to be able to make sure you're competitive in the investment space, as well as, creating a business that is sustainable. So that's a few of, just a few of the things. There are more, but yeah, it's just around, even in conversations, and I remember having a conversation about how much does it cost you to acquire a customer, and the founder couldn't tell me. And I was like, so if the capital comes, right, you raise the money, how are you going to spend it? You're saying you're going to meet X amount of new users, but you don't know how much it costs you to get one new user. So you don't know how much it costs you to then get X amount of users. So how do you know your money's not going to run out? Just things like that, and being able to break down exactly what needs to happen, like how much each part of it costs to get to that next stage of growth. There's a fair few things around it, but when you have that, correct, and what I've learned is when you understand who it is you're speaking to, the position that they're in, far as a founder speaking to an investor, the position that they're in, it really helps you to figure this out, not just how you present yourself, but making sure that what you're presenting is actually as refined as it can be.